Okay, first off, I just want to make something incredibly clear. This actually happened. It wasn't an April 1st joke in any way. I'm going to be breaking this video down into 3 key areas. Number 1, I'm going to be talking about what happened to me. Number 2, I'm going to talk about what you can do if you find yourself in the same situation that I did. And 3, I'm going to be telling you what you can do to protect yourself in the future. Okay, so number 1. What happened? Well, for starters, Friday I wasn't at home. I was out in London going to go and get myself a DeLorean for DeLorean Day. April 1st had no other priority than going to the Lego store early in the morning, where I did actually meet some of you, and going to get the 3 little Marvel mechs and 2 DeLoreans for my collection. I did put out a community post on the channel saying I was going to be at Southampton in the morning and London in the evening for the DeLorean event. I went to Southampton early in the morning and I picked up myself my DeLoreans and my 3 little Marvel mechs. Then coming home straight from Southampton, I took off to London to go to Leicester Square to get it signed by the designer. Now, on my way to London, everything was fine. I got my set signed, everything was awesome. And then on the way back from getting my DeLorean signed, all hell broke loose. Me and my friend were in the car listening to London Calling as I was meant to be on the live stream that week. Running obviously late, I put the live stream on so we could listen in the car so I knew what to talk about when I got in. Then the phone signed me out. And I wondered why the hell my phone would be signing me out at this time. And then I signed back in and it signed me out again immediately. And I wondered if I was being hacked. And I was. I got hacked by someone completely random. They changed my email address, they changed my phone number, and they changed my channel name to Ethereum US and began streaming a live stream about Ethereum and tried to get my audience to go to their website to send them Ethereum, as sending Bitcoin or Ethereum is untraceable and cannot be refunded. It is a scam and it was horrible. I do also want to say that this has nothing to do with Ethereum US. I don't know if they're a real company, and obviously Ethereum itself is a currency. It's nothing really to do with any of that. It was just some scammer trying to get you guys to send them Ethereum with what looks to be an official site. The live stream that was uploaded to my channel is probably a real live stream that somebody has just stolen and then put there to make it look like it's official. And I want to stress that you shouldn't go after the people in the video, because I honestly don't believe that they had anything to do with it. I think it was just some scammer stealing somebody else's content to upload it on a channel that they stole from somebody else. And you can see that by the amount of channels that also are live streaming this very content that are probably other people's channels that have also been hacked. Now, before I start talking about what happened with the YouTube side, I do want to thank YouTube for getting me back my channel so quickly. I know this has happened to other people earlier in the week, and they seem to take days to get their channel back, and I managed to get mine back within about 24 hours. So again, thank you YouTube for helping me get my channel back so soon. However, I do have a few problems with the way that I had to get a hold of you and how that affected me when I had been hacked by this team and couldn't access my channel. First off, for those of you who didn't know, if you are a YouTube partner with over 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers, you get access to this live chat through YouTube. But me, unfortunately, not being able to access my email means I couldn't access my YouTube account, which means I didn't have access to this live chat. I actually had to get TommyCBricks to reach out to them through his YouTube account so they could send me the relevant forms that I needed to complete to prove that the channel was mine. All in the meantime, my channel is plummeting in subscriber counts because everybody thinks it's just an Ethereum US channel and doesn't realize it's my channel they're unsubscribing from. I think we ended up losing about 600 subscribers in the space of an hour. And I think the worst part about all of that is that YouTube, through that chat, acknowledged that my YouTube channel was compromised, aka somebody else had got into it, and they couldn't do anything about it. They couldn't shut down the fact that my YouTube was playing some random live stream, and they couldn't do anything about reinstating the channel back to me until they sent me a form which took 24 hours to get to me. I personally find it ridiculous there isn't some sort of system in place for any YouTube employee to freeze a YouTube channel, meaning that it goes completely down and you can't unsub from it, you can't subscribe to it, you can't watch any of the videos on it in case something like this does happen. I also can't believe that there isn't a function of some kind when you press report on a video, there isn't a section that goes, hey, I think this channel might have been hacked. The only massive thing I can kind of compare this to in terms of what it should be treated like is online banking. The first thing that somebody does if they say they've lost their card or they can't get into the account, they call their bank or they go into their bank. Obviously that one's a bit hard with it being YouTube and all, but they call their bank and they immediately freeze everything. That is a feature that YouTube should have. And then verify who's actually on the account, what country they're in, whether it's being hacked or whether it's the original person who owns the account and it's just been a misunderstanding. YouTube needs this feature, especially with this getting past things like two-factor authentication, which means having a phone number linked to your account means absolutely nothing. And then YouTube decide to terminate my channel, probably again due to the bot getting so many reports, which, you know, in a way is a good thing because then it means all of my stuff is, you know, frozen and people can't unsub until I changed everything back. But at the same time, it was too late. I already managed to get back into my account before YouTube took action in shutting it down. After YouTube did shut it down, I had to submit another form, I had to prove my identity, and then they let me back into my account. I'm annoyed that YouTube doesn't have some form of live chat that you can access not through your YouTube account and or a phone number you can call for emergency situations like this. I don't mean a phone number where everybody can contact YouTube and talk about their community guideline strikes or anything like that. I'm talking about a phone number that you can only talk to someone on the other end after you've got past a bot that goes, are you basically being hacked, and has your entire channel gone? Because for most people, this is their jobs. I know a lot of people, especially in this community that I speak to, that this is their job. And the fact that their job is technically on the line of being virtually non-existent in an instant, that worries the hell out of me. And you might be saying, hey, well, you should have had two-factor authentication turned on. I did. I have two-factor authentication on all of my accounts. Somehow this hack got past that, changing my email address and then my phone number. That worries the hell out of me because it means that two-factor authentication did nothing, and I mean nothing, to alert me that somebody was trying to get into my account on another device. I want to encourage YouTube to add a little section to their reporting system that enables a YouTuber's audience to tell YouTube that there is a potential hijacking of a channel going on by literally just adding a "this channel has been hacked" to the reporting features that you already have on YouTube already. This could tell a bot to freeze your YouTube channel if you reach a certain threshold of that many things, and then you'll have to talk to YouTube directly to unfreeze your channel. I think that's probably one of the best ways to do it, and getting a physical phone number for an emergency like that could be very beneficial for all YouTubers to have. But if you're in this situation right now and you've been linked to this video to try and help you, the number one thing I would be able to say is get your audience to spam YouTube on Twitter. That was one of the biggest things, and considering that YouTube is very active on their Twitter, it didn't take them much longer to get in contact with me after the fact that my audience was spamming them, and I must say, I thank every one of you that helped out over there. I don't use Twitter all that often, so the fact that everybody sort of jumped in and messaged YouTube on Twitter and Instagram was incredible, and it was great to see this community come together to help me out, of all people. But that's the best way of getting hold of YouTube. Or if you have a friend that also does YouTube, get them to message their live chat and let them know that your channel has been hacked, and give them a secondary Gmail account that they can contact you on. This should start the process of YouTube finding out that your channel has been hacked and get those steps in place so you can hopefully get your channel back. Like I say, it would be much easier if they had some form of number you can call to actually speak to a person over the phone to help you with probably a very stressful time. But like I say, the biggest issue with this is that they got past two-factor authentication. And that is scary because it means that the one thing that we thought everybody had to make it really safe and no one can get into your account is now all of a sudden null and void. I've changed all of my stuff so no one can hopefully get into the channel, and I'm looking into the Google Titan security key, which is a physical key you need to get into your YouTube channel. This key should hopefully stop anybody being able to change any of the settings on your Google account without that physical key in hand. Like I say, I have no idea how these guys got into my channel. I know people that are very, very good with tech stuff, and they have all looked into my computer and my browsing history and everything to try and find what might have caused this, and they have found nothing. This video has been very different, and it's very serious. I'm very annoyed about how YouTube structure their contact system because it's awful, but I must say again, thank you to YouTube for sorting it out as quickly as you did. And I strongly recommend that everybody look through their own settings to hopefully make sure this doesn't happen to you, or invest in one of those Titan keys that I was saying before. Hopefully this won't happen again, but like I say, with this hack being able to get past two-factor, it's really worrying, and if I'm honest, I think everybody's at risk. I would very much recommend everybody look into getting a Titan key if this is your job, but like I say, I don't even know if that could even help considering they changed my email address first. If anybody has any advice, I'd recommend putting it in the comment section below, and if you guys have worked with a Titan key before, again, put it down there because I'll be reading everything. Like you guys are probably aware, I have my channel back now, and although this video has been very different and it's nothing to do with my usual content, this is a very serious issue, and I hope that you've stuck through it, and I hope that you've watched this video to the very end, because it's a very important thing to talk about in terms of people's livelihood. Normal content should resume by the end of the week. I'm glad I have everything back. Everything looks to have fixed itself, and I will see you guys in the next video, where hopefully everything will be a bit more fun and entertaining. Sorry again about this video, it's just very serious and it needs to be talked about online. Spread the word, I'll see you guys later. And hey, resubscribe if you unsubbed. We lost 600 subs in an hour, that sucked.